How will the next generation be affected from having screens/phones/tablets in their daily lives since being born? I have a toddler. She got an iPad as a gift from family a year ago. We quickly noticed a change in behavior when she's been on it watching YouTube Kids or whatever. Since then, we limit it and even go days without it, depending on our schedule. Behavior noticeably improved. Children being on TikTok at their most impressionable age is going to ruin society. How about the current generation of old people? They're welded to screens too, watching TikToks and political YouTube shows and streaming shows all day. Possibly terrible neck posture from looking down constantly. It arguably has a significant effect on concentration. People are unused to being bored for any period of time, which would otherwise compel them to think about necessary tasks and creative outlets. On the other hand, it keeps the mind active, which keeps the mind functioning properly and increases mental acuity. Hard to say the overall effect, and I think it depends on how you use it. In rather surprising ways. I work in education, and what we're seeing a lot of is computer skills are down. Things like Control-Alt-Delete, Word, even how to do a proper Google search. There's a rise in kids using ChatGPT as a search engine. Shorter attention spans. Greater need for instant gratification. This falls into the ChatGPT thing. They want to be told the answer instead of figuring it out for themselves. Media literacy is also down, surprisingly. Because they aren't thinking critically, they take everything they see on the internet at face value, especially TikTok. They'll probably elect a reality TV show host as the president. I'm not 100% sure, but what I will say is this. My kids aren't going to get any electronics until they're teens, maybe at least one gaming system, but that's it. Instead they're getting Legos, dinosaurs, crayons, and paper, and a bunch of other toys they can play with and move around with. Ain't no way I'm letting them sit down on the couch with their face buried in an iPad. Many will struggle with patience and the simple ability to absorb peace and quietness. I have no idea how it will affect children's brain development, which is why my kid doesn't get to use the phone. She gets to watch 30 minutes of a cartoon on weekdays, but only if she asks. We do not offer it. She can have an hour on weekends to help her calm down since she won't nap at home. I disagree with depriving your child of something that's ubiquitous in the current world. Something similar happened in my upbringing, where my childhood friends' families had certain things that they considered normal, and my family kept those things out of the house. It didn't make me better than my peers. It made me resentful. I cannot and will not have kids, ever. But hypothetically, if I did, I wouldn't ever deprive them of something that's normal to everyone else. Maybe this is a hot take, but kids should have computers well before they have iPads or phones. They can actually learn useful skills on a computer instead of becoming addicted to YouTube shorts. Gotta be better than tube TVs and CRT monitors I grew up staring at. Zero attention span to anything even remotely visually non-stimulating. Dopamine machine. Good luck to their brains. Lack of creativity, increase in antisocial behavior, and delays/deficiencies in reading and math skills. Next generation? If you are born around 2000, that was already the case, and I know you feel old if I say it, but that is already 23 years in the past, so there is already a generation or two that can tell you. I think information retention has and will continue to go down significantly. Why memorize the formula for finding area, when WW2 started, or even how many quarts in a gallon when you have a supercomputer in your pocket that can instantly do all that for you? I see it already with my teenager. I have a non-immediate relative who's an iPad kid. One interesting side effect I noticed that isn't the typical ones people mention, is that she is not at all concerned about leaving her content playing when she sets down the iPad and goes to another room. Whereas I will pause a YouTube video if I need to stand up and get a tissue from a few steps away. It confuses me why this relative is simultaneously so attached to her content. There would be whining if the Wi-Fi stopped, and so detached that she doesn't care about missing half a video or more. So I'm 39, and what I've noticed about young people is they tend to have more awareness of things that are going on in the world than I did at their age, which is good. At the same time, they have a restless quality to them. They need constant stimulation. I get that. I tend to get that same sort of feeling after scrolling through Reddit for hours. But the problem I see is they've literally never experienced the alternative, so they don't even know it exists by direct experience, just what people say, and consequently are less of self-aware of the root certain neuroticisms caused by constant scrolling. Just my 2 cents.